Not yet, not yet.
Hey, miss, I'm
Nope.
a baby.
No famous babies yet.
Aw.
Until next time.
Later, man.
Man, I do not miss the newborn period, though, I have to say.
You all are like, oh, that's so cute, and you're in for hell.
I have PTSD from having it. Ours was especially bad, though.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and tabletop role-playing aficionado. Welcome to our weekly live stream, Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition online role-playing adventures. I am joined, as always, by my good friends. I need to switch y'all's webcams back around. Chris playing the Noir Detective Yuan T, Inquisitive Rogue, Divination Wizard Mannix.
Hello.
Mannix goes over here. Actually, I think that fixes it. Yeah, it's just you. Heather playing the Dark Death Dealer, Half-Drow Assassin Rogue Kaless.
Hello. Cat, figure out where you're going.
Rochelle playing the Deepwater Diva, Triton Bard of Whispers Gillian.
Hello.
Raymond, normally playing the heedlessly brave Turtle Battle Master Fighter Rogue George, has literally just had a child. Family is doing very well. We just got to see the baby a second ago.
Well, Raymond didn't have the child. His wife had the child.
Yes. Their family unit produced a child. Congratulations to them. Everyone is healthy and beautiful and awesome.
Biology updates.
But they literally just got home from the hospital right now, so probably not going to be joining us tonight. And Reese playing the metal-laced Mighty Morphin Hilldorf Druid of the Moon Theron.
Alas, I am man. I cannot birth.
We'll never know the true joy and pains.
Hey, I've seen that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, Junior.
Yeah.
We stream our sessions live on YouTube every Friday evening. You can watch all of our D&D live series as well as reviews and Let's Plays on my YouTube page. You can read weekly session recaps at roguewatson.com and watch my behind-the-scenes No Players Allowed live series Crafting Annihilation on Thursday mornings. You can follow me on Twitter at Rogue Watson and join our official Discord discussion group with invite links in the description below. If you'd like to support the channel, please check out patreon.com/RogueWatson. Shoutouts to my platinum patrons, Andrew, Richard, Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Nick, Andy, Grayson, and Chris. And gold patrons, RPG Papercrafts, Charming Grenade, Pretty Boy, Numa, Marcos Did, Vicente, Gilberto, Sean, AK, Cert2B, Adam, Dead Lizard Lounge, Sam, Arash, and Lumpy Spuds. Thank you all very much for your support for our campaign. We use Roll20.net for video chat. We use Discord, and for streaming, I use Open Broadcaster software with Streamlabs. Previously on Tomb of Annihilation. While Mannix and Kaless attended the ritual, the rest of the party had made their way through the temple, outside into the caves, and onto the shores of an underground river. Cody, a young boy whom they'd found in the slave grotto, confirmed that the river should lead to the throne room, though they had to defeat the foursome of brood guards guarding the entrance. Theron shifted into an Allosaurus to absorb most of their bestial attacks, while the rest of the party maintained a safe distance using ranged attacks once he was enraged. After the guards were defeated, they took the nearby rowboats and traveled up the river, passing by a mushroom-filled cavern where a UNT in a lab coat inspected mushrooms with a strange group of docile zombies. Further north, they passed a door that Cody explained led to the UNT's sleeping quarters, with the throne room up ahead. Before they could reach it, however, a gigantic monster emerged from the deepest parts of the river, knocking some of them off their boats. The multi-headed Hydra sprang out a series of quick strikes, but Theron shut down its infamous head-growing capabilities with a boosted flaming sphere. The monster was soon slain, just as the ritual in the cathedral was reaching its climax. Theron, you can have a point of inspiration for shutting down the Hydra.
All right.
With fire.
With fire! The newly transformed Mannix was instructed by Fanthaza to carry the dead bodies of those who didn't survive the ritual into the throne room, where they could be fed to the Hydra. Fanthaza suggested they use the time to do some reconnaissance, both sides unaware that the rest of the party lie in wait in the river nearby. A pureblood Yuan Ti recognized Mannix and Kaless as they entered the throne room. Salida, the guard out of Port Nyanzaru, whom they had rescued from Oralunga, revealed that she was actually a Yuan Ti spy. Mannix convinced her that they had betrayed their party just as they reached the river and saw their fellow party members. He called Salida over to see what was wrong with the Hydra as the party decided to launch a surprise attack in the throne room.
What could go wrong?
Wasn't necessarily my intention.
I'll
My
put that on
intention-
your tombstone, good sir.
My intention was, oh no, this lady's been eaten by the Hydra. Oh well. Remember correctly, that is not going well.
So what happened was
Mhm.
Theron sprang from the water to try and grab her and drag her under, but she actually was able to resist being dragged under. Now, I believe we ended right when you mentioned you wanting to try and also shove her in the water or something to that extent. Or do you want to dial that back before things start hitting the fan here?
There's currently, like, into the Friday the 13th style, there's a dwarf half out of the water with both hands grasping this woman.
Yeah.
So I don't know how we can put this cat back in the bag.
Well, here's
I'll
what
just slip back into the water like nothing happened.
Ooh, what was that?
Yeah, I'll pop back out and say, ooh, that was weird, huh? See ya.
So here's what's looking like is going to happen is that you guys are launching a somewhat uncoordinated surprise attack. I will give you the surprise round because nobody knew this was what you guys were doing. So you guys have the advantage here. But Theron trying to grab her was basically his surprise thing that he was trying to do, which means I will give you all a chance to do an action for your surprise round.
They're all so shocked of a dwarf coming out of the water.
I mean, if you whatever you want to try to do it,
a moment to act.
but it's not looking good right now. From you can see like time slowing down and all these very attentive guards over here looking your way, seeing this dwarf spring out of the water and essentially give her a hug.
Cat, what are you doing?
Well, if this is really like shit hitting the fan now, we probably just want to do a full like surprise combat round and try to deal with the rest of the people in this room. Are you gonna like put us in initiative surprise round kind of situation?
That's probably the best way to organize it. Yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and have everybody roll initiative with the caveat that Theron was trying to basically grab her during his surprise round. So he is currently like grasping around her, I guess, awkwardly.
Not a great initiative, so
Right.
Boy, I've got a lot of different things here. Who wants to play George tonight? We are minus a
I rolled a
Raymond.
6, by the way. I didn't click my thing.
Okay.
I can fix that real quick.
I mean, I'll play him.
Do you have access to a sheet, or do I need to give it to you?
Nope, I do not.
All right, you should have him.
Okay. Hey, man. George rolled the same initiative.
All right. I think that's everybody. So as I mentioned, you guys get an initial surprise round as Theron is at some point, pretty much after almost all of you go, is going to be leaping out of the water and trying to like drag her under, but she's going to withstand, and obviously everybody sees this dwarf popping out.
Will they though?
Seems like they will, according to what you can see of everybody looking around at stuff.
Because All right, what's the plan here? Are we gonna kill some people, or are we not gonna kill some people?
I mean, we are. This might have been Manix's thinking when he decided to push the woman in the water. We are steps away from our goal. Our goal is a door that I can see on the far end of this room.
I don't know if Manix ever actually communicated that to anybody,
No,
but
probably not.
I think he did some kind of finger guns at Theron or something.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So yeah,
Alright.
if we can, ostensibly, if we can get into this door up to the north without these dudes alerting the whole dungeon, that'd be great. But
So, with where the water is, talk to me about how dark of an area this is. Obviously, there's not like light and torches lighting up this water pathway, but it's pretty dark, right?
The river that you just came from is pretty dark. Sorry, you didn't come from there. Yeah, the river that everybody else came from is pretty dark, yes.
So she's kind of on that like precipice edge type spot, right?
She who?
The chick that Theron's trying to grab.
Oh, Salida?
Yeah.
She's right now at the banks. This throne room is lit up pretty well. So
But she's like in that mid spot where not quite light, but not quite dark. She's in that like in between.
All right, where are you getting at with this? Because I would say this area right here is decently lit, and then once you start going around the corner, it gets dark.
Well, I thought I could pop darkness, and then all of a sudden she's just gone.
I mean, she would be, but darkness in front of people is also a pretty suspicious thing, as we've determined.
Well, that's why I was asking how dark it is.
Well, darkness would certainly be darker.
If it's dark-ish, then, it could possibly blend in.
Going from what you see right now to darkness would certainly be noticeable. I mean, obviously, darkness would render everybody in there completely darkened, but yeah, that'd be like somebody turning off the lights.
What are the odds these bad guys have true sight?
not great. Probably have dark vision from what we know of.
That won't matter.
You want to, Manic should know now what you want to have.
That's true.
Even with dark vision, you can't see through dark.
Right.
You have to have true sight. So I know George would be able to see. So, because I mean, if we just want to shut them down, I can just plop them in a little bubble, and they're not going to be able to get out. So that'll at least give us another round before we have to figure out what the hell to do with them.
Yeah.
And then y'all can.
How many people are in this room?
At least
1, 2, 3, 4 up here by the door.
And then Salida.
And then Salida over there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think there were guards behind or statues or something behind the throne.
When you rolled that amazing perception check, you noticed that there were like little hidden alcoves that you could see a bunch of what looked like undead, like sitting placidly by the throne.
Okay.
Oh, that's to get activated somehow.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, I mean, I can try it and see if we can shut them down.
Yeah, in darkness is I think it's probably a good idea.
All right. Then I will cast darkness. And let's see here. How big is this thing? 60 feet range.
Oh, range. Okay.
Yeah. It's a 15-foot radius, so a 30-foot diameter. So I would cast it somewhere in the hallway, like a point in the hallway. Like on a brick, I can see behind these people. And so.
Is that the right size? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So can I move this thing?
Yeah.
And I'll tell you where I want versus you trying to figure out as I try to explain.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
This will just be faster.
Okay, you should have
This will
control.
also be very helpful if any of them try to get away. This
Yeah.
is more difficult.
So something like that where they're all in the darkness.
Okay.
They don't know. All right. Does it snap to the grid? Okay, yeah, it kind of
It should be, yeah.
All right. Well, then we'll go with that. So they're in darkness. They're not going to know which way is up, and unless they have true sight, they ain't getting out of that bubble. Not easily, at least. So that's my turn.
All right.
And then I'll just walk over and go, what do we do with this one?
All right, so you see darkness enveloping most of the enemies in this room as well as the hallway beyond. So as you guys are still prepping this surprise round, it looks like we've got George next, as controlled by Mannix.
Oh man. What would George do in this scenario?
I think I forgot to roll for Zendala as well, didn't I?
How much of a threat does a Salida woman look?
She looks like like you in terms of a more human UNT.
Mm-hmm.
She's got a sword at her side, and she's got like a short bow, so she's got weapons on her.
Okay.
But it was almost
so she's not
comical
like
looking at
civilian.
her next to the guy that was swamped by the two brood guards. This guy was like a muscle bound, like gladiator warrior type figure, and she just looked like a normal person next to that.
All right. Well, George is going to come out swinging at her with the caveat that maybe we're intending to not, murder her.
Okay.
Just we're at this point, we're trying to, we're almost at the goal of getting to the throne room, getting the cube.
Yeah.
If we can get out without massacring this entire dungeon. Great.
Great. A net gain.
So he'll jump up onto the shore, get behind her, and let's see. I assume a 25 will hit.
Indeed. She's already looked at a face of shock as this dwarf tries to drag her underwater, and this turtle comes around the corner of the river, springing from the water as well, and stabbing her from behind. She looks very, very shocked and upset about this.
All right, 12. He'll go again with his other hand. I remember how many attacks.
None of us do.
Actually, that's the wrong hand also.
Yeah, I think he uses a bonus action to do his offhand. And then he has extra attack, which lets him attack again with his right hand. So you could use that as his extra attack.
Okay, we'll say that was his extra attack.
Yeah, which 21 does.
Hit.
Yeah.
I assume 11 would not.
11 actually does hit. She's only wearing very light leather armor, yeah.
All right, well, I'm going to roll his other shell
She's
sword.
built for spying, not for battling, it looks like.
Yeah. All right, these are all going to hit. Another 10.
I don't think he gets to extra attack his offhand, though. Right?
Oh, really? Okay.
Because you only have the one bonus action.
Okay. I'll read this for his next turn because I don't know. I don't remember.
I think he has to action surge to do more than that, but
okay. So it's 3, 2 main hands, 1 offhand.
Right, because you have your normal attack, and then he gets to extra attack that one, and then uses a bonus action to do his offhand attack. I think is how it works. And if he action surges, he can do, I believe, another attack, and I think that actually gives him another extra attack as well. She looks really, really bad after that assault. Like George comes up and just knifes into her a couple times, and she just kind of gasps and holds onto her sides, wide-eyed.
All right, then George is going to actually, he went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to start moving this way, where it's the bigger group.
Okay.
That's currently a globe of darkness.
It's currently a globe of darkness, indeed. I guess she could do an attack of opportunity, but she's probably not going to. She's pretty messed up.
All right.
Then it's you, Mr. Mannix.
Oh, shoot. Mannix, seeing that this is probably going to go sideways real quick, he's going to try again with his new Shadow Blade.
We all wish you the best.
With the bonus action, he's going to summon his Shadow Blade. And he is going to swing. I do have advantage. I did put myself in advantage position.
There you go. 14 will work.
All right. All right.
The advantage gets
That's right. 20 damage.
All right. Do you want to specifically not kill her, as you said? Because you think this
Yes.
would be a killing blow.
Yeah, I want to incapacitate her.
Okay.
Maybe it's because they met her before and she seemed nice then, but
Yeah. Would it be helpful to put the red X on there and just remember, or do I want a different symbol? I don't want you guys to be confused about it.
I think you probably just put the red X on.
Okay, yeah, I'll do the red X. Just remember that
It's
she's
0.
still... Yeah.
That'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you guys are going to be like, is she still awake? I know how you work.
Sleepy symbol, attack her again.
Exactly.
All right, and then Mannix is going to do the opposite of George. He's going to step behind these cavern walls using his ring of water walking.
Walking on water. All right, you disappear around a corner into the water, very calm river, and we go to Mr. Theron. The woman you tried to drag underwater is now just bleeding out. Actually, I don't think she
So,
bleeds out, but
Did I jump up there, grab her, and then she sort of slumps and starts bleeding out?
yes, basically, you thought you were gonna do the nice thing of like taking her down non-violently, and all of a sudden, you just feel George perforate her back, and then Mannix like slashes her so hard with this shadowy blade that she slumps forward like into your arms.
How horrifying.
Long,
Alright,
drawn out sigh.
Well, go to here. Can I do a cantrip as a bonus action? It says bonus action.
Mhm.
Can you do a cantrip as a bonus? I guess so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to cast Ice Storm in the darkness.
Ooh.
That's some of the worst bludgeoning damage I've ever seen.
On a 2d8, 1 plus
On the
2.
2d8, yeah.
Wow.
And for my bonus action, I will cast Shillelagh.
You know what? Because they are completely enveloped in darkness and can't see this shit coming, I'm going to give them disadvantage on this dexterity saving throw.
That's
They're in
good.
pure darkness and all of a sudden just raining down blizzard.
Just icicles.
Yeah. How loud would you say this ice storm is?
We're all deaf.
It's a light clinking on the
Uh-huh.
sidewalk. It's... How loud is hail?
Quite loud. All right, so disadvantage on dexterity for the snake-headed chap up there is going to fail. And let's see, it takes full damage and turns the area into difficult terrain.
So now you were very right, Celeste. They're gonna have a hell of a time getting out of there.
Yeah.
Not only can they not see, it's
Be
like icy
slipping
slippery in
around
there.
like crazy.
Yep.
It's like a comedy of errors, except it ends in death.
That's right. At the end of it,
Two guards. Oh, the disadvantage is bad. What was
Oh, I think
your
the disadvantage is great.
15? So they both fail. So they also take. Thankfully, you did roll kind of crap for damage.
Yes. Thankfully.
Thankfully,
21 is still pretty good.
pretty good. And then
I guess for the cold damage, I did really good damage, and then for the bludgeoning, I did really bad damage. So it's not a great damage spell.
disadvantage is killing me though. It's terrible. All right, you hear a lot of pained sounds coming from inside this darkened, icy storm.
One squeal of joy.
Summon your shillelagh. To continue the surprise round, we are at Gillian.
Okay, I'm gonna swim up here. And oh boy, there's so many things up here I couldn't see before. Okay.
This
There's-
cloud
okay.
is currently enveloped in complete darkness.
And ice or something?
And also ice.
Mhm.
Yes,
And
it's an
ice.
icy
Okay.
darkness. It's one of the layers of
So-
hell, I think.
Yeah.
There's a guy with a snake head, and there's like another snake, and then a guy with a mohawk.
Yeah,
the guy
but
with the mohawk is apparently scary.
you can't
big-
actually
big
see
muscle
any of
man.
that. But I like similar to
Oh, I
Theron.
can't because it's dark.
Yeah, it's complete
Mhm.
darkness. But if you wanted to shoot an
Okay.
AOE, you could just fling it, generically into the darkness, and that would still work. But
Okay, I got some of those. Okay.
stop giving the players advice. Combat.
I
If
didn't.
you wanted to do X, it would work really well.
Well, it is important to know like what I can see because I
I'm
thought
ex-
maybe
Yeah.
Yes,
from
explain the
their
situation.
side it was just darkness.
Yep.
No, but that'd be a great version of darkness. The people in it are in the pure dark,
Yeah,
but you
like
can
they
see
can-
everything.
like-
You can see
I
it.
mean, then it just feels really cruel.
You're just poking at him in the darkness and you can't see.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I can do some shatter.
Mm.
Okay, yeah. I'll cast shatter then. Okay, so it has a range of 60 feet. It's just a point of my choice. It's a 10-foot radius sphere. Con saving throw. So we're gonna aim it right there.
Would you say this is a loud spell?
Yes. Are we still trying not to be loud?
I'm just making sure.
Extent.
It's.
Depends.
I feel like I shouldn't be loud then.
Well, Theron just
He's been
unleashed
asking,
a
is this loud every
localized
time we...
a localized blizzard in this room. So
Yeah.
You know what? You know what I'm gonna do instead then? Because you made me rethink that.
damn it.
I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern instead. I haven't used that one in a while. And I'm gonna cast that above all of them to
Oh.
try to
God damn it.
hypnotize them.
Sorry, I was just reading. I have fucking magic resistance with every one of these guys.
Sucks
That
for
would
you.
have been a normal roll on all those deck saves. Then.
It would have been,
Right?
yeah, which I think only the last guy still makes it.
Mm. Now, a hypnotic pattern, though, do they have to see it?
Well, that's what I'm looking at. So I'm okay.
Oh, that's a good point.
It says a twisting pattern of colors that weaves through the air inside a 30-foot cube. So I don't know if it depends on light or not to see it.
That's
I mean,
a
if
good
it doesn't say
question.
anything, like, if it doesn't say anything, usually spells like that would say, like, if a cannot see, that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
I mean, they have to see it, but I don't know if it actually requires light on. Because, for instance, one of the components is that it requires something phosphorescent or a glowing
Mm.
stick of incense, which makes me think that it just lights up on its own. But
I
I'll
d-
leave
there
it
is-
to the DM.
There is a rule about darkness itself that Well, it just says, if any of the spell's area overlaps with an area of light created by a spell of second level or lower, the spell that created the light is dispelled. Oh, so it doesn't work in the opposite way. I was trying to think if there was a higher level spell, would that override the Dark of Darkness while it went off, but I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, Hypnotic Pattern is 3rd level.
That's what I'm thinking. So would a higher level spell just show up?
Yeah, because it's only 2nd level or lower light spells that go out. So it'd be like you're looking at stars as they move.
Because it says darkness can basically dispel light spells. Would light spells at least temporarily show up against darkness if they were higher level? I have no idea.
This is
some
a very
some edge cases.
specific question.
What do we think, chat? Can Hypnotic Pattern work in a zone of darkness? It doesn't actually say they have to see it, does it?
It does actually. It doesn't. Yeah, I think it does actually say.
Oh, who sees the pattern? You're right. They do have to see it.
But whether or not it
Interesting.
would actually like, yeah.
We need one of those. The more you knows, but this one is actually relevant to D&D mechanics.
Yep. I mean, my guess would be because darkness has a specific instance where it says like effects of 2nd level or lower are canceled out.
Mhm.
That Hypnotic Pattern's 3rd level, so maybe it would actually trump darkness.
Yeah, darkness does give the blinding condition. I mean, yeah, it's non-magical light can't illuminate it, but it doesn't say that magical light can't illuminate it. All right, well, I don't know the ruling, so I'm just gonna go ahead and allow it
Excellent.
for Hypnotic Pattern. But because it's a sight thing and it's literally overtaking the darkness, then I'm not gonna impose disadvantage like I did with Ice Storm, and in fact they will get advantage because, as I just revealed, they have magic resistance.
Okay, hold on.
I need a
What
gavel.
is the save on that? Yeah. Here's the ruling.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the other thing is that when I cast it with my bagpipes, which is what I'm doing, any spell that causes targets to become charmed, including Hypnotic Pattern, I impose disadvantage on the saving.
Okay.
So we have to tally up.
We have to tally it up. Well, it doesn't tally.
Disadvantage.
It doesn't tally. Specifically, if there's any case of advantage and any case of disadvantage, then it all cancels out and it's just a normal roll.
It's just a regular
Yeah,
roll.
yeah, you don't actually add them up.
So,
yes,
but,
that's good.
but really, you don't add them up? Like if you had 3
No,
advantage?
you don't. That is
Really?
in the rule book. I know that rule. Yeah. Specifically,
Alright.
if you have 4 things that give you advantage and 1 that gives you disadvantage, then they all cancel out and it's a
It's
normal
still
roll.
just a regular roll.
Yep.
Oh,
I think because they don't
okay.
want you sitting there and like, all right, let's write down the
Counterspell. I can't spell counterspell.
Well, yeah.
I disadvantage your advantage.
Exactly. All right. So
Okay.
all of these crazy factors in play that I'm not going to recap.
So
Let's
it's a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom
a
saving
normal
throw.
wisdom saving throw we've
In-
landed on.
Indeed. What is your spell
14.
save? 14. Okay. All right. So let's do this Malison up here. He is going to.
Oh, this seems like a really good situation
Fail.
to do this in.
Charm
Can
creatures
Mannix-
incapacitated.
Yeah, Mannix, seeing all of this going on, is going to think that this is a brilliant combination of abilities. Surely that hulky muscle man in the middle must not be able to
So big.
resist the Hypnotic Pattern, and he's going to roll a 3.
Is he now?
He is.
All right. Brood guards are rolling wisdom. Oh my gosh. Look at these
Excellent.
rolls.
Excellent
Wow.
rolls.
He,
What was-
however,
Captain Beefcake.
Captain
rolled if he
Beefcake
hadn't
has
rolled
one
a 3.
ace up the sleeve.
Damn it! This happened the last time I did a
It
low die.
did. It did.
God damn it!
Bosses all have this like built in. For
I
that
guess
very
that's
reason.
a fair point. Yeah, I
Yeah.
should know this.
He can literally, but he doesn't get to make a
Oh.
save. He just gets to re-roll. So you forced
Oh,
him to
interesting.
basically fail his
Okay.
saving throw. So now he has to re-roll it. So he doesn't
Okay.
have the just auto
auto
save
survive
one.
or-
Yeah. Oh, and he failed. Look at that. 4 for 4. Shut down. Oh my goodness.
Excellent.
This combo of abilities is terrible.
Can we change that guy's name to Captain Beefcake?
Captain Beefcake.
I mean, for all you know, that's his name.
And I also, I also just want to submerge myself in water. Does that take like an extra action or anything? Does that count as like hiding?
No,
'Cause I
it's
can breathe
it's just
water,
movement.
So
Yeah,
okay,
it's
so
just
I'm
movement.
just underwater now.
She casts this magic hypnotic spell with the bagpipes and slowly sinks into the water.
Slowly, the same expression on her face, just the bagpipes. It's just
The
bubbling.
top of the bagpipe, so
Yeah.
the last person.
It's the last note of the plane. She's just,
All right, Zendala, Celeste, would you still like to control Zendala in the water, or do we want to keep her back?
Okay.
I assume y'all are going to keep Cody in the boat back there and not involve him in this fight.
Why would you assume that? Cody has a lust for blood now.
He's got throwing axes.
Cody will carefully tend the boats in the back.
Well, I mean, Zendala can just work her way a little closer here. So 5, 10, 20, 25. And then she doesn't really have any good like AoE shit.
She doesn't have anything left, right?
No, it's
No.
all cantrips. All cantrips. Unless someone wants to give her a very valuable gem. It's all cantrips. So she'll just sit there and she'll just wait. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's all she can do.
Stunned dudes inside of a darkened cloud. Is the ice storm just a one-time effect, right? It's not ongoing? Is it like a fireball?
Yeah, that's correct.
So it was a
It's
bit of a
not-
blizzard.
Yeah, it's. I guess the hazardous terrain is the
Okay.
lasting
Thing
effect.
that sticks around,
Mhm.
yeah.
Change that. Oh, it's until the end of my next turn. Then it's just everything's gone.
Okay.
So yeah, at the end of all this round, you that blizzard did make a little bit of noise that might cause you all some concern, but nothing happens at the moment. So we're gonna start with Celeste at the top.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
that was the surprise round, so
yeah. Well, now I'm debating if I drop the darkness, because it lasts for 10 minutes. I could just leave them in that bubble.
How long does hypnotic pattern last?
A long time. Sorry, hold on.
1 minute.
1 minute. Yeah, concentration up to a minute.
Yeah. So they're kind of just like, they're locked down pretty well. So
Do you think we can get into Ras Nsi's chamber, get our cube, and get out in a minute?
probably not, but you know, it's worth a shot.
It's worth a shot.
Because I'm just gonna leave the darkness up. I don't have to really concentrate on it. As long as I don't like get a pinprick, I'm fine.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on a point on the wall.
I
so
will
it's
relay the
not like-
information of where the door is. And now that we have a brief moment's respite of like them being stuck in a big black globe,
Mhm.
All effectively shut down.
I'll point her towards I think I saw like a button too, didn't I? Like a said like there was decals, and one of them was like a.
Yeah, it was like a little hidden button press of one of the murals on the wall. It looked like it could be
Okay.
pressed in, and you kind of saw the outline of a door.
Okay. I'll point her over there and like if we're running in there, that's running.
All right. I'll go push a button. Where's this button?
I will. Let's see. Do I want to keep you guys in combat or not?
We have 1 minute before they come out of.
Yeah, you guys have 1 minute. All right, I'm gonna temporarily take you guys out of combat right now. But yeah, the time is a factor.
Time is a factor.
All right. Vanix, where's this button?
Left of the throne up there. As he comes around the corner. The hell's going?
Beyond the dark globe.
Yeah. Can I still see though those pages they were behind the throne?
Yes,
The alcoves?
you see them sitting placidly.
So are these little alcoves like are they bars in front of them, or are they just open air? So
No, they're
like,
open.
Oh, so there's just creatures looking at us right now.
Yep. Well, not even looking at you. They're just kind of like not focused on anything. They appear almost like shut down robots.
Oh. Hey Theron, there's a bunch of undead here just sitting here. How does that make you feel?
So angry. I'm going to write my congressman.
What is the deal with all these ghouls in all these throne
Dear
rooms?
Representative of Schultz. You have too many undead.
Please
They
get
don't
rid of
pay
2.
taxes.
That's right. Because I will go press this button, but I am afraid that there's a possibility that undead will jump out at us from these little holes that they're in.
All right. If that's the case, do not worry. I am prepared to transform.
Okay, great.
As long as they take no damage, we're fine. But if I do take damage,
then we're not.
I'm going to make sure you're right next to me.
Great.
Then we'll shift the darkness cube.
Oh, wait, this is the first time I've seen you since you've transformed.
That is very true.
My God. You did die. You look terrible.
I don't feel so. I don't feel so great either. There, I feel different. Do my eyes look weird? He pulls his
I don't
eyelids
know.
down.
You're a monstrosity. We should put you down right now. Anyway, we only have a minute.
Yeah, that's right. This conversation is fascinating.
I've written a letter. I've written it there for Phoenix.
Yeah, I will go ahead and press this button.
You press the button, and the door begins to slide open, and in the same instant, all of the undead in this alcove, you see the blue triangles on their forehead light up very brilliantly, and they all immediately snap to attention and hurl their way out. I'm gonna need to move you. And let's all roll initiative again. How about that?
Great. Well, the good news is that charm, because it's only been like 15 seconds, that charm is still in place for a while.
It is still in place, yes.
Initiative.
Hey, you did know it.
What?
Wow.
What?
Wow. Look at that.
That BS.
Wasted it on initiative.
Yes, I did.
Look at this. Every single one
Yeah.
of you rolled above a 20 on this
Above a
initiative roll. What in the heck is that?
I hope these ghouls weren't wanting to get the jump on.
Yeah, apparently not. You guys, thanks to Mannix, you guys had noticed them ahead of time for sure. You and George tied? How come you didn't tie last time? That's weird.
Probably because I accidentally rolled.
You rolled
George's
yours,
initiative.
didn't you?
Yeah, George's is better than mine.
Okay, do George than you, I guess.
Yeah. Just put him. Okay. George wants to join the fight. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He squeezes between the dinosaur and the darkness cloud. 30. All
That's
right. He'll just start swinging it, I guess, number 2.
Cool, number 2, it's your lucky day.
That's right. Will a
Hey.
10 hit a zombie? That's a ghoul.
How am I fourth in initiative with a 20?
Right? That's
Right
nuts.
motion.
How is Gillian fifth with a 20?
It's all insane. It is insanity. No, sorry. These are not zombies, so a
Oh, that's too
10 will
bad.
not hit.
About 27.
Also, no. Yeah, 27 will hit.
For 7. And then the right again. 15. Will a 15 hit a ghoul?
Indeed, sir.
I will. Actually, can I apply sneak attack here? He's not actually engaged with.
You have to have
Yes.
advantage, or he has to be adjacent to.
It's the next.
He's not. He's actually.
No, he's the number
attacking
2.
number 2, yeah.
7 damage.
Okay.
Can I move to this square without enveloping my head in darkness?
I think so.
Just keep my head out of.
What's funny is, like, if it's enemies in there, players are like, now that enemy's in that square, but the players in that square are like, I'm not in that effect at all.
It's our spell. That's
Mr. Mannix.
What does Mannix sees nothing through this door?
The door is still in the process of opening. Like, immediately once this
Oh,
door
it's
started
not
opening,
open yet.
the ghoul is activated.
Okay. So the door's not actually. I can't. get in
Yeah,
there
like
yet.
maybe in like a
All
round
right.
or two you think it'll open, but it's not a
Okay.
very quick like sci-fi door.
Like a slowly.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, Mannix has still got his Shadow Blade out. So he will slash at number 1. With no kind of 22, should it?
It will indeed.
For that's pretty good. 24 damage.
That is very good. It is massive damage. Which is gonna give him disadvantage. Due to the trauma.
Do I know, are those charm people, if they take damage, will they come out of their charm? Do I know this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you know it, but I know it.
Can I ask you?
She did put it in Roll20, so you can read the description.
Right.
But yeah, the spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage or if someone else uses an action to shake the creature out of its stupor.
Okay. All right, then I'm done.
Klus.
Okay. I will squeeze between the legs of the dinosaur.
Whoa.
Go up here.
Too close.
And then we're going to set this off. Because they haven't taken a turn yet.
Ooh, that's a good call out. Somebody in chat could just call me out and said you can only port things you can see. But You let it happen.
Ah, I didn't know that. Look at the fine print on your portents.
I didn't think about that either.
Turn. So I have advantage on this attack. Okay. Where are you at, Bob? There you are.
Squeeze into a corner.
Thank goodness you have advantage.
I know. Because now I get to roll like a lot of damage dice. Attack rolls. Score creature. It's not surprised though, is it?
It is not surprised.
Well, that's sad.
You all would have been surprised, but Mannix saw them.
That's not bad.
26.
26 points of damage. Yeah.
All right, you straight up destroy this ghoul in a single blow. Jab the blade right through its head.
Assassinate.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really good sneak attack damage.
Yep. And then yeah, that's it. I'm gonna just stay back here.
Mr. Bristlebeard.
I will bite the ghoul near me. Okay. Yeah, I can reach it. Number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Boy.
Oh man.
Is
That
not-
does plus 1d6.
There you go.
as Always remember.
One day we'll remember to put that in your sheets. One day.
One day, but not today.
14. That is also massive damage. You guys have tangled with ghouls before.
Mhm.
Same thing. Has disadvantage.
Right. Hole next to me. I suppose I can't just like blob my way into it.
It is a pillar, in fact. It goes up to the
Ah,
ceiling. You are a little
Can I knock it
squished.
down and cause the cave in?
Yes, go for it. Let's try and knock it down.
That was a
You can-
load-bearing pillar.
you
This
can-
entire dungeon is collapsing.
Just wait. Are you really gonna do that?
No. That's not be funny.
Throw your weight against the pillar.
All right, that's it for me.
Gillian.
I'm just gonna stay back here and shoot number 2.
$11 is not going to hit a ghoul, though.
I'll use my inspiration.
Okay.
12.
12 will hit a ghoul.
Okay.
Good
Congratulations.
use inspiration.
Kind of tasty, yeah. You really wanted it that time.
That's right.
4 damage.
Foe. That honestly, all the ghouls looking pretty bad. You guys divided up your attacks quite expertly. All right, finally the ghouls. Which one of them's dead and 2 of them have disadvantage. So number 1 is going to try to claw at Mannix with disadvantage. 10's
10
not
is
going to
not
do it.
it.
Okay, number 2 will attempt to attack George with the claws. I think 16 hits George.
George's armor class is an 18.
Yeah, and then number 3 will attempt to hit the Allosaurus with a disadvantage. Boy, that disadvantage was a bummer. Big bummer for the ghouls. All right. That door is slowly lowering down some more as we go to George. Which is you, Mr.
Oh,
Max.
George, that's me.
Yep.
Waiting for Raymond to say something. All right, George is gonna try to whirling dervish all three of them. Feels like you probably can. He's gonna attack number 1.
Number 1. 20's a hit.
For 11.
That is a kill. Kill confirmed. Slash at that ghoul.
Number 2. 11. We know that doesn't hit.
Correctamundo.
Let's go for number 2 again.
20 will work.
For 11.
That is also a confirmed kill.
All right. George will move up.
2 out of 3 is not bad.
Yeah.
George probably would use his action surge to kill the last one, let's be honest.
Probably.
But you don't have to. Mr. Max.
I don't have to.
You're up next.
Oh, I had George move. Shoot.
Ouch.
Can I squeeze through this door yet, or can I peek in?
You can peek in, and yeah, how much can you actually see? Okay. You see what looks like a very opulent bedchamber. You see the glinting of gold pieces and jeweled treasures, and some more pillars, nice soft lighting, and some nice silken pillows at the very end. That's about what you can see so far.
Okay. Manix will call in. I don't know how I'm gonna play this exactly. We hadn't thought of- he'll call in and say, "Great Ras Nsi, you need to speak with us, and we need to speak with you. My name is Calder Manix. I'm one of your new recruits."
And your priestess is trying to kill you.
I mean, we could do that. We could be like, "Hey, give us this thing and you have your way with your priestess."
Yeah, she hired us to kill you. This is what we did to your people back here.
Right.
So you just give us the cube, deal with your
That's-
things.
I feel like that's probably a good way to play this. Just let the snake people kill each other. we got no.
Mhm. It's all win-win for them because they obviously want to kill us too. Be like, look, you give us the cube, we go to the temple, we'll probably die anyway.
Right.
You don't have to worry about it, and you can deal with the usurper amongst your men. Best case scenario, we kill whatever's killing you, and you become
That's
strong
good.
again.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Yeah, I like it. Do I hear anything from inside?
Yeah, you hear a very raspy, sickly voice kind of wheeze out. Says, "What is the meaning of this? Sekalok, where are you? Who disturbs me?"
Sekalak is indisposed at the moment. I come bearing tidings of revolution and betrayal.
You come bearing death and violence. I feel
Well, that too, but-
everything my pets feel.
Oh, well, you want to call them off? We can talk. I mean, there's only one left, but I'm gonna call him off.
You hear some more rasping and rattling. It says, "What have you done with Sekalok?"
Nothing yet.
Yeah, he's fine. We've just indisposed him. Chat with you and save your life, probably.
At that, you hear a pause, and then you glance over and you see the ghoul who was normally slathering it in full combat mode suddenly, as if somebody like flicked an off switch and just goes completely stock still and just stares ahead. And you hear the voice from inside say, "Very well. Let us speak." You see the
Good choice.
door open up. And once again, I'm going to least temporarily, take you all out of combat. This ghoul appears to be... the last living ghoul appears to just kind of shut down completely.
All right, let's go. Third source through the door. Just pick your head in, just so he knows you're there.
Hello.
Yeah, he can see this like darkness globe beyond. Shadows dance over this opulent bedchamber. Cushions lie in one corner, and decorative shields line the walls. Treasures are heaped around the room, gold and silver coins, a gilded harp, a jeweled wine flask, pillows of silk, and fine clothes draped over wooden mannequins. To the east, an engraved stone disc is set into the floor of an alcove. Lying on the cushions is a Yuan Ti Malison with the lower half of a snake. The upper half is covered in bandages. The little skin that shows appears terribly sickly and pockmarked, including a faded blue triangle upon his forehead. Ras Nsi stares at you calmly but attentively. And I think I've already showed this one to you, but that is what you see.
And the bandages are like not like decorative, like he's actually like in bad shape.
Yes,
right?
he looks like it's like leper, like it's like all wrapped around, and you can see like blood and pus like weeping through these bandages and everything. He says, "So you have defeated my champion, then?"
In a sense, we haven't killed him, but we have defeated him. He'll still be available to you, and Lord knows you're going to need him in a hot minute. We come...
You are the one from the ritual.
Yes, sir. Calder Mannix at your service.
A little slow on the uptake there, isn't it?
So it was all a ruse, then? A double agent?
Not necessarily. I did become one of you. He pulls his eyelid down. See? I got the eyes and everything.
I applaud how deeply undercover you were willing to go to reach me.
Thank you. I'll say, though, we're not here necessarily to do you harm. In fact, we all bring you tidings, information on betrayal to your person. Twofold, in fact.
He narrows his eyes and nods, and then gestures for you all to like step into the room.
Okay. I will step into the room cautiously. George will come with me because I'm controlling George.
Yeah.
The dino will squeeze into the...
It says, yes, I am no fool. I know how they whisper about my condition.
Whisper and more. But if you'd like to know specifically who's betraying you, that's what we're selling.
Information. What do you want?
Well, you have an item in your possession. The reason you have that item is in fact directly related to one of the betrayals we have to tell you about. So once we tell you about it, you probably won't have any qualms about just handing it over, because the reason you're holding it is false to begin with. But this item in question is in fact the price we're charging.
He nods. You seek the cube, then?
Indeed we do. We seek the cube, and that is the first piece of betrayal that we have to sell you. I'm trying to remember his name. Asarak, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Lich. Asarak has turned on you, my friend. you can't tell from your decaying body, he has no interest in granting you power or long life. He is, in fact, sucking your very essence out of your body.
You see him stare at you for a long moment, and then he kind of shivers for a second, has like a coughing fit, and then like backhands like this gilded, jeweled goblet across the room, just bangs against you. See just fury radiating off of him. He says, when the Yuan-Ti first arrived in this city 50 years ago, the Archlich was already here, destroyed the Amuans, and had built his tomb underneath. I came to them as a fallen champion of Ubtao himself, a once immortal defender of Mesro. It was here I was accepted, and the Orokne could rebuild their empire. Then a Sarak came to me and tasked my people with guarding the tomb and keeping Omu hidden until he was finished with his work. In exchange, he would provide us with the crown. A black opal crown, an artifact that would release the Night Serpent from its prison. But it has been years and still nothing. And now, this wasting disease, a weakness that my people will not abide. And you tell me it is his fault?
I'm afraid so, my friend. It is, in fact, your alliance with him that is causing your illness.
What is he doing? How do you know this?
He's a lich, man. Anyone who has dealings with liches have bad outcomes. Don't
Do
you know
not
that?
patronize me, Orok. You know more.
Listen, what I know is that he is doing something to this whole peninsula that's causing the souls of the dead in general to flock to him for some nefarious purpose. And the same magic he's using, what's it called? Shit. Soulmonger. He calls it the Soulmonger. And this foul magic he's using is causing the undead to, causing souls to be sucked across the area, and it's causing you to lose your life.
I have felt disturbance among the dead. My control is waning as my body withers. And what will you do about it?
Well, that comes to the point I was making before. That once you have the information we have to provide, you'll have no problem getting the item in question. See, we intend to go into said tomb. We intend to end a Sarak's dark ritual that is causing these souls to flit across the peninsula. And once we stop that ritual from happening, well, then the disease, the illness that is afflicting you will stop on its own without a Sarak's magic to promote it.
We must break our bargain with the Lich, then, which means you must succeed, or he will destroy my people and all we've built here.
It will, and I'm afraid it'll start with you. once you die, I'm sure you've seen it around. Once you die, you ain't staying dead, my friend.
Grunts at that. Says, very well, but we still need the crown. I need the crown. It's in the tomb.
Well, lucky for you, you got a brand new payroll. And I happen to be headed that you on T on your payroll, and I happen to be headed that direction.
Yes.
Now, granted, the deal we're making at the moment is information for an item. If you want to procure my services for retrieving another item, that might be another contract.
I will make such a contract. He begins muttering several words, although he doesn't appear to be doing anything hostile. But you feel an odd sensation come over your body, Mr. Mannix, as he intones in a very normal language, but you can tell he's speaking specifically like with UNT dialect, and seem to be saying like, you will bring me the crown. You will be my agent against the Lich. O most loyal Orok Mannix. And Mr. Mannix, I would actually like you to roll a wisdom saving throw with disadvantage because you feel incredibly compelled as a UNT.
Oh, I have disadvantage, but I also do have, from being a UNT, advantage against magic, don't I?
I would discount this one in this case.
Okay.
This seems to be penetrating to your very core being.
Wisdom saving throw with disadvantage. Okay. Already not great. Well, neither one of those is great.
All right, so Mannix, you feel like getting this crown for Ras Nsi is not necessarily, you're not like obsessed with it or anything, but you definitely feel like this needs to be a task that you have to complete. And if you act in a manner counter to those instructions, you can take 5d10 psychic damage
Oh boy.
in per day that you don't basically move towards this goal. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, did he say it in UNT or did he say it in common?
UNT is not a language, so it's a combination of like common and draconic.
Mm-hmm. But
So
the line on there says if you can't understand, you're unaffected by the spell. So if we said any of it in draconic and Mannix doesn't understand draconic.
That's as him transforming into UNT, this was part of him like being able to understand exactly the words that was going through.
Sorry, Mannix, I tried.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
So yes, you are actually under an official guise at this point that he has stared at you.
At this, Mannix, to everyone's probably confusion, he starts arguing with himself. He starts just having a conversation to what everyone else seems a thin air. He starts saying like, well, of course I'm going to do it. I'm a UNT now. He's the leader of the UNT. I have to do it. Mm-hmm. No, I know he's evil, but that doesn't matter. I got to do what he says. And he continues. He just starts arguing with no one.
And you guys don't know what's happening to Mannix right now. It seems really bizarre.
Theron tries to scratch his head.
Well, I would know what he said because I speak that language.
Oh, Mannix, I guess
you heard what he was saying, which was like Mannix needs to bring him the black opal crown found in the tomb, basically. But yeah, you just see Mannix having this very odd one-sided conversation. Clearly not with Ras Nsi, just talking to somebody next to him.
And during it, Mannix may be letting loose a little bit more information than he intends. He's, well, I know we came in here to trick the guy, but listen, he is the leader of the UNT, and I'm a right?
Can I go up and hit him?
Hit Mannix.
Yes. I'm going to backhand him.
All right, yeah, you backhand me, and I look. Ace looks back at you, and he turns to the thin air, and he goes, "Listen, we'll continue this later. I got things to do right now. All right." He turns back to Ras Nsi and says,
With a
"Yes,
very
that all
visible
sounds
black
great."
Rosnisi nods to a chest on like the desk. Says the cube shall be yours then. We shall betray our trust with the Lich. And you will be my champion.
Well,
Now,
indeed.
tell me of these betrayals you speak of within
Yes.
my ranks.
Of course. Now that
I have to keep coughing. I
Was-
can't do that voice too long.
that quid pro quo is done. The next one is we tell you who exactly is aiming to betray you within your ranks, and all we ask in return is
Safe passage.
no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Which I mean, at this point, that's kind of a given. He's already like championed me, so I suppose him like letting us leave safely is in his best interest too.
Yeah.
So in fact, knowing that, medics will actually say, any like you got a lot of nice stuff in this room. Any magic things that might aid us in our quest to defeat this lich and bring you back your magic crown. Let's call that the cost for the information on your second betrayal.
As Nisi thinks contemplatively, steeples his fingers, steeples his hand, and you see on him he still has some. He's got these really nice bracers, and he's got what looks like a really nice sword on his belt. But you also notice a number of high quality items all around his treasure room, and he sighs and says, "Yes, my champions should always be well equipped to deal with any threats." And he gestures over to a looks like a clay jar, and says, "This full of healing ointment. It was procured from me."
Just
when
talk normal
Yeah, I
at
know.
this point.
when they thought they could heal my sickness. And he gestures to a jar of healing known as Keogtom's ointment.
I think we've seen this before.
I think you have too. Which comes with 4 doses, and you can use an action to apply a dose, either topically or ingested, which is odd that that's even a thing, to regain 2d8 plus 2 hit points, and it also cures poison and disease. Sadly, did not cure Ras Nsi's sickness. So 4 uses of that.
Used to what is that? To heal how much?
2d8 plus 2 hit points. There's 4 uses of it.
Or what was the other thing about?
It cures poison and disease.
Okay.
He also gestures to one of the mannequins where you can see a suit of armor, black armor around the mannequin, and says, "This will protect against necrotic damage. Also thought it would stave off these effects." And he gestures to himself. So you see armor of necrotic resistance, which I'm going to flavor magic armor because it can always change shape to fit different races, as it can also change to fit different types of armor. So whatever armor you guys are wearing now, that's the kind of armor that it could be. There's one of it, and it grants resistance to necrotic damage.
Okay. Probably one of our frontline people would probably be useful on.
He also gestures to you and says, "You are a practitioner of the arcane arts, yes."
I am indeed.
I nod.
So is the dinosaur.
Dinosaur puts on his glasses. If you would like, I will grant you a great honor. If you have the capability to copy spells into your spell book.
I can do that. I have not done it yet, but
And you teach
I
me
know that
how
I
it's my
can.
first time. And follows a week-long montage of Ras
That's
Nsi and
right.
Manix together. Just copying spells. Wax candle dripping down. They're both sharing a laugh together.
He's slapping my hands.
Having fun, just throwing bodies in the river together.
Yeah.
I love you, Ras Nsi. What are the rules for that? Is it only what you can cast, or can you just copy?
No,
Because-
I can copy. I think. Well,
Well,
I'll look it
but
up,
it's like
I
there's like a
believe
cost thing, right? Because I can tell you what
Yeah,
spells are
there's a-
available.
there is a cost and a time associated, but if he gives me like a something written down, then I could do it on my own time.
Okay.
I will look up the rules real quick.
That's in the player's handbook.
Copying
Or
a
is
spell. When you
Xanathar?
find a wizard spell at first level or higher, you can add to your spell if it is of a spell level you can prepare.
Okay.
And if you can spare the time to decipher and copy it. Okay. So I do have to be able to. I do have to be able to prepare it. So
Okay.
I can only then go up. Yeah.
What is it under? Wizard spell book?
Spells, learning spells at first level and higher.
Learning spells.
Copying a spell into the book. For each level of the spell, it takes 2 hours and 50 gold. Cost represents material components you expend as you experiment with the spell to master it. As well as findings. No, we're in the jungles, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I will charge you the cost, but not the time right now. If you want to, so you can do up to second level. You said, or third?
Let me check, but I believe Manix.
Basically,
Yeah,
you're
half
buying spells
control.
right here.
Yeah, okay. He can only cast up at second level.
Okay. So the ones that are available, and I will type these out. So those are the first level spells: Expeditious Retreat, False Life, Magic Missile, and Shield. And then the second level spells: Blindness, Deafness, Hold Person, and Misty Step.
God, those are all great. How much money do I have?
Yeah.
I think I've got a lot of money. Yeah, I'm gonna buy all the ones I can buy. Actually, I don't know which ones of these I would use, but I think I would use. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll buy 5 of Expeditious. Well, no, you know what? Expeditious Retreat. Actually, I'm not gonna buy that because that is that. If I remember that one. That's the rogue bonus action dash.
Oh, disengage and not get away.
It gives a wizard that, but it
Still feels very Manixy, though.
It does, but I already got it just because. Because of the rogueness.
Because of the rogueness.
But I'll buy False Life, Magic Missile, Blindness, Deafness, and Hold Person. So those first 2 cost 50 gold apiece, and the second 2 cost 100 apiece because they're level 2.
Ah, okay. Yep. Follows as a brief montage of you all looking at
I
spells.
pay Ras Nsi for the materials to copy.
Yeah.
Quills, parchment.
That's right.
Whole time you keep drawing a crown. Don't know why.
yeah, I don't know why, but crown's real important.
All right, we're gonna get back to this conversation, but let's take a break first for 10 minutes, and then we will be back and continue our little meeting with Ras Nsi. Where is my music? There it is. All right. We are coming back from Breaktown. Population no longer us. And back to our meeting with Ras Nsi.
Good segue.
Thank you. Moving on. So he's given you the cube. He's given you some magic items and some spells, and given you a almost said sexual contract, a spell contract.
Not like that.
You don't know what kind of spells they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I mean, we don't really know what he's going to do with that crown where it's actually going to rest. So
That's
who knows what he means by the night serpent? Shing!
right. This is all just-
Now we can free the
It's all
night
just-
serpent.
This is really complicated foreplay. It's all
Bring me
thing.
those 2 bottles of tequila. I
Oh,
command
it's just his
it.
head. It just bellows in preparation.
It's time to free the night serpent. He also asks pointedly if you know of any specific. Well, I guess that was part of the conversation, right? Because you were going to tell him the information about the betrayal, and then he, in exchange
Yes.
for helping give you some stuff, and he has given you the stuff.
Right. Yes. Yeah. Max was telling me, they'd say, when we first arrived, I'll be honest with you, we were here to steal the cube from you. We didn't know you were so powerful and magnanimous and,
I slap
accommodating.
Max again.
Don't forget
No,
punctual. I'm punctual too.
I'm never gonna know if my role playing is like magic based or
Nobody's going to know.
um
In the end, he fell in love with Ras Nsi.
that's right.
It's a beautiful
But-
man.
When we first arrived, one of your close attendants found us and offered us an opportunity to assassinate you so that she, your own high priestess, could take your place. As dramatic as possible.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well,
She had been hunting us for a while, you see, us as adventurers, and knowing our capabilities, she thought we might be able to assassinate for her.
and she meant to send you after me.
And, I mean, no offense, sir, but look around. If we had actually wanted to do it, we could have done it.
Normally, I would take offense, but he kind of sags a little bit. I am not in my prime.
Which I aim to correct for you, sir.
Bring me that massage oil.
No.
I command it.
It's all 5 of us standing around the side table.
This session is a lot different than we anticipated. Work it into the sores.
Your turn, Killian. My hands are cramping.
Answer cramping. He says, then as my champions, your first order of business will be to cut off this seditious infection in our ranks. I cannot wait while you complete this errand. And I have full confidence that you will. That she won't try something. And as you stated, your might is great. Your cunning is admirable. kill her before you leave.
You don't think Captain Beefcake out there is capable of finishing this particular task for you?
You shut him down in seconds.
Well, fair enough.
I mean, that just goes to your poor training regimen.
He's now going to be Sergeant Beefcake. I'm demoting him. You hear that, Sergeant Beefcake? It's mop duty for you.
Shit. I wasn't actually prepared to do things for you here in your own temple.
This arcane circle. And he points to the sigil, this magical circle in the alcove, can take you to the prisoner pits, close to her own chambers.
We're actually pretty familiar with the layout at this point, but thanks.
Next, I'm going to need you to install additional security cameras around the temple.
What kind are you looking for? How many megapixels?
I need my own closed-circuit television program right here in my chambers.
May I confer with my associates for a moment?
Very well. I'll just be over here then.
Thank you, great powerful Ras Nsi.
Dying slowly from some spell plague. But yes, take your sweet time.
I mean, are we all okay with assassinating the priestess guy in exchange for getting out of here without needing any further complications?
Well, I mean,
So it's come to this.
can we not sell it to Ras Nsi that it's best that he keeps himself locked away until he feels his health restore? And then, for the good of the troops and to show his dominance, it's better for him to cut off the head of the snake for trying to kill him to, again, maintain his control over his people.
That's kind of a good argument. Yeah. I was thinking we could just say yes, then just run away. But, yeah. Any other ideas? We can try that. That line with him. Basically, let's tell him, like, we've discussed it, and I know I'm a new you on D, but
You've got a morale problem.
I got you got a morale problem. I'm pretty well versed in culture at this point. I've been at it for a full 2 hours now.
I know all about your rich cultural heritage. And I'm here to tell you how it is.
If we kill your high priestess, that does you no good in the long run. Because she's already sowed the seeds of doubt amongst many of your people that you're weak, that you require others to do your bidding for you, that you can no longer handle anybody in a fight. So if you send us to kill her, that just kind of proves her point to the rest of your folks. And, you know, between you and me, she was already trying to start slave rebellion and turning half the people against you, so on and so forth. So we kill her, and that might still happen with the ones that she convinced. But we get you strong again, and you yourself take the head off the problem. Well, then you're, Mr. Strongman again, Mr. Leader.
How are we getting him strong again?
I don't know.
Okay, rehab, physical therapy.
Yeah, physical therapy, that's right. That's where the massage table comes in.
Yeah.
That's something different.
That's the ritual of the night serpent. He says, "You're right. You haven't been Orokne very long. For you would know our way is the schemer's way, the way of the spy and the agents and the assassins."
Like
And
that Colossus eyebrow perks right up.
yeah. I'm sure you've heard the expression, cut the head off the snake, and the body dies. We are literally snake people.
We've seen it happen.
I appreciate your words. But as the figurehead, if she should die, that will buy me the time I need for you to complete your mission.
All right, let me converse with my colleagues again. Since that didn't work.
I'll also mention that you recall that Artis wanted to speak to
Oh,
Ras
right.
Nsi. Yeah, I wanted to speak to Ras Nsi specifically about Mesro because he was looking for his wife, who is a current immortal champion defender of Mesro and has disappeared. The entire city has disappeared.
And he used to be one.
He used to be
mentioned it
one.
earlier.
Yeah, and that's why he was wanting to ask Ras Nsi.
Okay. Well, let's do that. Yeah, let's mention that to him. Like, speaking of your mentioning guardian of the city, there's a particular guardian that we were looking for. He came in here too. Do we know her name?
You probably do, but I don't have it in front of me right now, so we can assume that you know. I forgot what it is.
Artis's wife.
Yeah, brackets Artis's wife. I think he told you her name. I don't recall. I had it.
Yeah.
It's not in my current notes, so. So what were you asking?
Just if he knows what happened to her or where she might be.
Did you mention just the name, or did you mention Mesro?
I did mention Mesro.
Okay.
I said, like, since you were
okay.
previous guardian.
Yeah.
Alessandra.
Thank you. Wow. Good job. He says, yes, I still feel the connection to the city, or at least I did. Mesro has many safeguards, and in the event of a true cataclysm, the entire city can shift onto another plane of existence. I felt it happen several months ago, not long after this malady took hold. You can see like the wheels turning in his eyes. It must have happened when this soulmonger you speak of was activated.
Sounds about right. So the city itself is shifted to another plane of existence in response to the soulmonger. Maybe it'll come back when we stop the soulmonger. Would that be good for you or bad for you? I'm not sure.
Mesro meant everything to me, but they cast me aside. They said my methods were too harsh. You recall a tale of Ras Nsi once destroying an entire people, a genocide, for just attacking Mesro or being in the way or something, to where he overreacted big time and put them all to the sword and like destroyed all their villages and stuff. And he was eventually basically demoted, but still retained his abilities, which were controlling and creating the undead.
Okay. All right, that's useful. At least it will be to artists, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. What are we doing? My vote is we say yes, but then run away whenever we're out of line of sight of them. We have what we came here for. And I'm pretty sure I've got a magic spell in my head that's making me do a thing. This is not the thing. So I have no qualms about not doing it.
I mean, I'm always down to kill somebody, so
I'm
I know
fine
George
with
will be on my
lying.
side for that.
Lying and running away seems like a foolproof plan.
Just in life in general.
It's gotten us this far.
Gotten
All right.
this far.
Exactly.
All right, Theron, Dino, what's your vote? Assassinate or run away?
Let's run away.
Oh,
Sorry, I put on my top hat, get out my pipe, rub my beardless chin, or at least I attempt to do all that stuff. I don't think their arms are.
Yeah.
How long are Allosaurus' arms?
All it comes across as is
It's gestating,
They're pretty long. But his
gesticulating.
neck
Yeah.
is also pretty long. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't alive back then, surprisingly enough. Yeah, let's run away so we don't have to assassinate someone.
Wait, I said the loud part. The quiet part loud.
It all comes out in a series of roars and chirps for some reason.
Yep. Yeah, he's the Chewbacca.
But we all
of
get
the
the
group.
general idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can just understand him despite nobody else.
Yeah.
Top hat means no assassination.
We've worked these signals out before.
Maddox turns back to Ras Nsi. You got a deal, sir. Assassinate squad at your service.
Why are you saying it like that?
Maddox is trying too hard at this point. He's really nervous about lying now.
He nods and points to the arcane sigil and is like, I can send you through one at a time. When the deed is done, go to the Doormaster North and say the phrase. I was going to use the phrase that George said. What was it? Ras Nsi?
For Ras Nsi today and
For
I
today
think.
and forever or something. He says to say that exact line.
Wait, that was the code? George was right. George was trying that code earlier.
What was it? Today and for always or something? That's
Something like that.
It's so
I
stupid
already
that
threw
I-
it away, but
George.
Ras-
If you're,
day and for
say the secret passphrase, and he will let you out.
and this guy he's pointing us to is at the front, like the way we came in.
the way you came in, yeah.
Okay. Let's make sure Cody the child is with us because I feel like we're gonna need him to guide us out the
Cody
way we're
the
gonna run
child.
away.
Gillian says, Cody, here, boy. Here, Cody.
To Gillian, children and dogs are the same thing.
Yeah.
It's all just
You
Small
guys,
creatures.
you left his ass down in the river. He's still tending the boats, waiting for you guys to come back. And then, just as the
Someday.
camera slowly pulls away, he's rocking on this boat by himself. The party just waves goodbye to Ras Nsi.
he watches it all happen in the river. Too afraid to actually yell out.
Yep.
He just sits there and watches. All right, well, we can go get him. At this point, also, I think most of the effects have probably worn off.
Yeah, for sure. Towards the end of this
I don't know, how has it
conversation,
been?
it's probably been about 15 minutes now. charm is definitely worn off. You see the darkness behind you finally drop, and immediately all the enemies look around, worried. They see the door open. You see this big, burly, muscle-bound man just running over here, sword drawn. Says, "My lord!"
I'll wait for Ras Nsi to handle this.
Yeah, Ras Nsi just glares at him and says, "You. Only reason you still live is because these ones are of use to me, unlike you." You see like a troubled look on a man's face.
Poor Captain Beefcake.
Poor Captain Beefcake. Sergeant Beefcake now. They are now acting as my agents. But we need to make sure that they complete this mission. So I'm having you go in after them.
Oh.
See that the High Priestess is killed and no one else troubles them. You see the man stiffen and then nod and says, "High Priestess, yes, Ras Nsi."
Gillian, for later, you got another hypnotic charm in you?
Hold on.
Who's Gillian? See ya.
Gillian, remember the lying thing.
My hypnotic charm is once per day.
Okay. Well, I have to find some other way to shut this guy down so we can run away. All right.
I'm afraid your pet won't be able to fit in the circle.
What? Well, your hat? Is that what you said?
Pet.
Your hat is too big.
Your hat is too big.
It's a sombrero.
The pet, and he gestures to the giant dinosaur.
Oh.
Right. Aaron, you're not making it. Sorry.
No.
We're leaving you here.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
You're Ras Nsi's pet now. I know.
Hold up.
I think I shall keep this one.
That was
Jesus
giant
H.
there.
Tap dancing Christ.
You really don't want a dwarf pet, man. Not a good time.
So big.
I haven't bathed in 3 months.
I'm not sure which one of you will have a. You're gonna have to like tend his sores, and he's gonna have to smell you.
Sounds like a
It's gonna be
sitcom
bad.
to me.
He's the queen one. I'm the dirty one. Oh, wait. He's the dirty one. I'm the dirty one.
That's right. It's all pretty gross.
They got canceled after half an episode.
That's right.
The most disgusting show on television. All right, I am serious about bringing Cody. And if I have to disguise him as an adventurer, I will do it. But
yeah, how do you guys want to get him over here? Because he is, according to the UNT, a slave of theirs.
well, do we know if they like recognize their own slaves? Like, I can always give him a hat and tell him he's a gnome.
I don't know how. That somehow sounds really racist, but it is keeping with Mannix. Put a hat on him. He's a gnome. I don't know.
All right, Mannix.
Difference.
That's right.
They won't know the difference.
Max will go up to Cody. He'll call him to the shore. He'll put his hat on Cody's head. He'll say, "Okay, hold your axes out." But he asks, "You're a gnome ranger named Fezwick. Let's go."
Oh. Okay. Ras Nsi glares. How many of you are there?
8, I think, right now. 7. There's the number.
We lost one back there.
Yeah,
All right, where'd everyone's buddy go?
that's right.
The buddy system.
Buddy up.
Cody says, are we going to free all the slaves now?
I
I literally spit on my monitor.
They're just uncontrollably just laughing in the child's face. Great. This kid really is growing up fast today. He is.
Just a belly laugh. Ras Nsi laughs. Everybody laughs. Just laughs all around.
We all just laugh. And like, okay, let's go.
Kid looks completely confused.
Yep. I will start finger gunning people before we get. I know that's my euphemism for messaging. With the idea that we should probably, once we get to the other side of this portal, we should probably take this Captain Beefcake or Sergeant Beefcake out, and then I think they're sending us to the slave pits, right?
No, they're sending us to the prisoner.
Oh, the prison.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's kind of not in a good spot, is it?
It's by the exit.
But it's not by the exit we want to leave from.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I guess. Yeah,
Because you go down the hallway, turn right, you're out.
that's true. I mean, and Ras Nsi did already give us the code.
Yeah.
Get out the front way.
Ras Nsi now and forever. So
That's right. Okay. Yeah, we can just walk out the front door. Just pretend like, yeah, we did the thing. This is a weird gaggle of people come walking out the front door of this snake temple.
We'll release the slaves next time, buddy.
That's right. That's right.
All
We'll come
part of the
back.
plan, kid. All part of the plan.
But yeah, once we're in this the prisoner pen, then we need to, as quietly as possible, incapacitate Sergeant Beefcake so that we can walk out of here. With that, Maddox will go through the portal first.
all right. Ras Nsi bids you all good luck in your quest.
Good luck to you and not dying before we complete it.
Yes. He walks over here and mumbles some words as you step into the portal, and you step in, and with literally the same moment that you step in, you appear right here, which is actually just to the left.
Okay. Mannix will
Oh, sorry.
immediately cast one of his illusion spells, Silent Image.
Okay.
On the doorway, like the bars, so that it just sort of looks like, I don't know, darkness, because it already does look like darkness inside this room, right?
No, it's
It's already
lit.
darkened. Oh, it is lit. Okay. Can I create on these bars, like one of those like Star Wars matte paintings behind it, just like an empty prison cell inside this room?
Like a 3D.
Well, it's not. It's more. It's a 2-dimensional image, but it's like they have those screens that project like what the room looks like when it's empty.
Okay.
So I want to project that image onto the
like
bars.
on the bars. Okay. Make it look like it's just an empty room. You're essentially doing the thing that they do with like spy movies with security cameras. Like showing like an empty room. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And then Ras Nsi mentions Sekalok will need to inform the guards to open the bars for you to get out.
Max is already through the portal by this point, so he does not hear any of this.
Well, he's saying that as you guys are leaving.
Oh, okay. We'll figure that out. It's fine.
Up a bit. Then you've got Zendala. And then you've got the champion, whom Ras Nsi is referred to as Sekalok.
No, his name is Sergeant Beefcake.
Sergeant
Ooh.
Beefcake.
Now, Sergeant Beefcake, he's a human, right?
He is a humanoid. Yes, he's
You have a thing for humanoids.
he is a UNT, but as a pure blood, he is a humanoid, unlike the half snake Malisons. He is
Okay.
all man.
I want to steal his skin.
Well,
He does.
I mean, that's great. That
who wouldn't, to be honest?
right. All right. Well, then I suppose we're killing him. I was thinking like incapacitate him, put him in a corner. But yeah, let's
Okay,
murder
we
him.
don't
So
have-
killing.
Nobody
we
puts
don't
baby in a
have
corner.
to
No, no.
kill him.
No, but that actually is very useful because if you are Captain Beefcake, you can just walk us out of here yourself.
Exactly.
All right. Well, then as soon as we're all through the portal,
So,
Max whispers,
attack.
"Now, teleport attack."
Mannix raises his sword. Everybody else just looks at him. He's like, "Oh shit!"
Oh no.
All right, give me some initiative. You guys get a surprise round.
Weekly stabs forward. Oh, Mr. Beefcake.
That's Mr. Beefcake. Oh wait,
Or an Allosaurus.
and I will do Zendala, but oh, sorry, somebody else did Zendala. We'll leave Cody as a non-combatant for now, if that's okay with all of you.
Right.
Once again, these
Cody is now
initiatives.
Feswick the Gnome Ranger.
Feswick the Gnome Ranger, canonically. Feswick. All right, Mr. Theron, you all, Mannix has a spell that is currently making this room look like an illusion of an empty room.
We do have to do this quietly. Medics
Do
whispers.
we have? Does anyone have a spell to silence him?
That's actually a good question.
I don't think I have anything like that.
I just got a spell that maybe I can use.
Well, if Zendala could be played like a real sorcerer, she would, but you know.
How swarthy is this guy? How hairy?
You are intimidated by the size of his pecs.
I was trying to see if he was more animal-like or not.
Mm.
I don't know, man. I ain't got nothing that's silent that I can use right now.
I mean, yeah.
Theron only knows one speed: loud.
Dino loud.
So we're gonna kill this guy.
Yes.
All right. Well, if Cody's a non-combatant, I'm gonna take his spot.
Wait, kid.
Poor
Out
child.
of the way, Fezziwig.
Fezziwig. Shove him into a corner.
And I'm gonna cast Shillelagh and do a silent bonk. Oh my gosh.
I mean, you're trying to shove the kid to one side, and it kind of fucks you up a little bit as you're trying to swing. The kid suddenly pops his head up. Mr. Theron! Ah! You have to like swing wide to avoid him.
Wide are the sleeve pins for you.
That's it. We're Does he have advantage for George though? I mean, he is flanking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you should actually. I mean, I was enjoying the narrative we were saying. There we go. Same
Yep.
thing. A 1 and a 4. Zandala via Kales.
Well, I was able to be silent, guys.
That's right.
Okay. Okay, I guess we'll just do this. I don't know why that's rolling with advantage because it's not supposed to, but I mean, still a 25.
Probably not. In fact, I think you have disadvantage when you're in melee, but 24 would hit anyway.
Not for spells.
All right, chat reminded
Even range spells?
reminded us that when we very first came into this dungeon, our plan was buddy and have Gillian take their face. So after 3 sessions, we're back on track.
That is very
The plan
true.
was to do what? To have
Kill somebody and have Gillian take their face.
Oh yeah, that's
That was our original plan.
Really been wanting
You
to
know,
do that.
it's always in the little bit of the back of my mind when I hear
Yeah.
humanoid.
All right, yeah. I could take their face.
I need to roll another
That's normal,
d10.
right?
Roll 1d10. So 13 points of damage.
All right. Slightly singes his skin. Mr. George via Mannix.
George. Extra attack only lets him make another attack, right? Not another action in
Right.
general.
Yeah, it's action surge that lets him do another action, which if you attack with
Okay.
that extra action, then you can also multi-attack. Or
Okay.
extra attack.
He is gonna do all those things.
Okay.
First he's gonna do an attack with his thorn blade. Go ahead. I sneak attack to that one. I assume a 21 hit.
21
damage.
hits, yes.
Okay, then his shell sword.
6 hits.
6 for 7 more damage.
Okay.
Then he's going to use action surge, which I don't know where that is exactly on his. Oh, there it is. He's going to use action surge, and with his other action, George is going to attempt to full on, like he's mugging the guy, like put his arm around his face and hold his mouth shut.
Okay.
Keep him quiet while
Grapple
this
him.
fight goes on. Grapple him, but with the specific intention of his mouth and
Okay.
keeping him quiet.
It's a strength check.
Okay.
I believe. Is it strength or is it athletics?
I mean, athletics is, offshoot of. But I don't remember what the actual specific grapple rules were. Come on. Grappling. Yeah, athletic. My athletics versus your either dex or acrobatics.
Okay. Athletics sounds good.
Here is George's athletics check. That's pretty good. Oh no, that was yours. I see your
That
roll.
was mine. This
oh
guy's
shit! You got
pretty
plus
strong.
9.
George tries to grab around him, but the man just rebuffs him completely.
Great. Well, that's George's turn.
All right. We're still on the
Actually,
surprise
George
round.
will maybe take a step back so Kales can get in there.
Okay.
I'm good.
Oh, you are?
I already get advantage. Y'all are he's within 5 feet of y'all. So.
Oh, and we surprised him. Yeah. Okay, I'm with you.
So still on the surprise round, we go to Kales.
Okay. And he's very surprised, right? He was not prepared for us to attack him, right?
Correct,
I can imagine you came through that portal and we're all just knives out. We're all just like,
We all turned around and just launched the attack on him.
Horrible.
Cody sees it all. Turns out Sekalok was so nice to him every day, just brought him treats and took care of him.
He was my best friend.
Exactly.
Well, since he's surprised and a 23 will hit him, that makes it crit damage.
Crit
So,
damage.
because of my assassinate. So I'm going to have to reroll all of my dice again.
Yeah.
It's a good thing, too.
Wow. It's really bad sneak
40.
attack damage.
Can I just hit the button again and have it just roll the damage again? Like if I hit the rapier?
I think so.
Yes, you just have to minus your modifiers.
Oh.
Major. So it's minus
So-
6. On the
Yeah,
regular.
that's true.
No, the +1 comes from my sword, so it'd
Oh,
just be
okay.
minus
Minus
5.
five.
It'd just
Okay.
be my my proficiency.
Well, you only get to roll the
Right.
dice again, I believe, for the crits. You
Yeah.
don't get any of the pluses.
So, alright, so just another D8 and then my 46, right?
Yep.
Well, my D8 plus 5 because I have a +5 on attack for my sword.
Roll 4d6 and 1d8 for your extra crit.
But I should still get the +5 for the sword.
You only get the dice.
Yeah, 28.
Wow.
That'll work.
Chad is also reminding me that George should have actually been able to attack again because his grapple was only the first of his 2 attacks on extra attack.
Well. Yeah, I guess so. But extra attack, I thought you had to take the attack action to get extra attack.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
actually.
the grapple isn't an attack action.
I thought.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Well-
you're right. It says whenever you take the attack action, you can attack
The grapple
twice.
might say something like it can take the place of an attack or something. I don't know how those two things conflict with each other.
Yeah. Okay. Do some more research.
All right,
And
28
then-
damage.
Yeah, and then I'll do my offhand because
Grapple
just
is an
like-
attack action.
19 will hit.
I'll reroll the D4 for this one. I think it's a D4. So that plus
That all added up. 28, 38, 41.
4. It's another 4.
40.
That auto crits too?
It's assassinate. Any hit I make.
Son of a bitch.
I have advantage on all attack rolls, and if I score a hit while a creature is surprised, it is a critical hit.
All right, he is still surprised.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He
You let
is.
George do his grapple again? Because grapple is an attack action. That-
Okay.
Chad is correct.
Yes.
I mean, we can still have it versus his amazing score, but
Yeah.
George is not likely to succeed here. Okay, never mind. Yep. The guy
Joe.
just passed him away.
Continue to wrestle briefly.
Yep.
Just throwing hands, just slap fight, basically. All right, Celeste did a number of damage, though. We go to Gillian.
I am going to try to restrain him with my rope of typing people.
The rope. We haven't seen that rope be used yet.
No, I haven't used
The
it yet.
rope of typing people.
So it's a dex saving throw.
Okay. You take out a rope, say the magic words. and it
Lasso
applies-
him. I mean, he's right next to me, so it's more like I'm just sort of wrapping
Yeah.
it around him.
Just pushing it in his general direction.
All right. This is a. Is this a magical effect? I mean, it's a magic item. So he does have
I don't know.
advantage, although his dex is not great, so we'll see. Nope, it's not great.
Yeah.
Now, the catch is on his turn, he can try to make a strength check. So,
Well, the other thing he can
restrained
do
right now.
is his last use of his indomitable.
Oh,
Is he's going to try to re-roll that save without advantage.
He doesn't have great. He's only got +2. So.
Yeah,
Oh, Lord.
he does
Come
make
on.
it though with indomitable.
God.
He
Sorry,
finally
don't-
withstands his muscles bulge as he flings the rope off.
Finally, we see the beefcakeness.
Yeah,
Badly tuck my rope back into my.
he looks less
Pocket.
indomitable now though.
And that's all I can do. So that I'm just like, sorry.
Mr. Mannix.
Okay, Mr. Mannix will. Oh, he's got no other. Do I think that if someone is deaf, that would preclude them from, or would they yell louder? Would that preclude them from yelling out for help, or alerting anyone, or would them going deaf cause them to yell louder?
Yes.
If somebody's under duress, I imagine their first response would be to scream, unless they've been deaf their whole life. But I'm not even sure how that works.
Okay.
That use for that spell has got to be very limited to.
I think it's yeah. I'm not sure who it's for. But the blindness part's better. Like
Oh
that's
yeah,
full
blindness I could
combat,
definitely
useful.
see. I guess would deaf make you immune to thunder damage? Maybe because it's like sound based.
Yeah.
What do you got, Mr. Mannix?
I've heard Psychologue speak, right? So I know what his voice sounds like.
You have heard him speak. And a few words.
I am going to cast Minor Illusion, and I will create a sound inside of this cell area. And it says in Psychologue's voice, I don't know, he just sounds like a tough guy, but I'm Psychologue. I'm here to beat up these prisoners. You guards, don't come in here.
This is
You're
Psychologue's
announcing
private
to the room,
time.
don't come in this room. I love it. I love
But
it.
it's Psychologue, and it's his voice.
Don't come in here.
Don't come in here. I'm about to do some stuff with these prisoners.
I'm naked in here.
It's Psychologue's private time.
That's right. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Psychologue himself is telling the guards, "Don't come in here. Don't even look in here." Psychologue is doing private things.
Do you still have the image of this room being empty?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. And are both of these concentrations?
My illusion
no.
is not. It just lasts a minute.
Minor Illusion is not. Silent Image is. So I can still hold Silent Image.
Yeah.
I can change Silent Image. So I changed Silent Image because it can't be moving. It's not. Or actually, it can be moving. Silent Image actually does move. So yeah, I will project an image on of
No
Psychological-
larger than a 15-foot cube.
It's
just
a
the
2D
door.
image on the
Okay.
door. If they get close, it's just like a painting on the bars.
Okay.
But the image is just Psychological just standing in this room.
Mhm.
That's all it is.
All of our bodies at his feet.
Or maybe he's got a prisoner. One of the I don't know if there's any prisoners in here, but yeah, it's just Psychological in the room.
He's
Maybe
using
pacing
coding.
around. Maybe pacing around.
Okay.
So the image is Psychological walking around inside this prison cell, and voice coming from in the prison. Don't look in here. Don't come in here. Psychological is doing things. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. We're back up at regular round now after the surprise round, and we're going to start with Fane. Psychological does
Alright.
look very injured after all of these attacks.
Hiya!
18 does hit.
And yeah, alright. 18 will hit.
Right.
Ooh. Take that.
That's pretty good bonking.
I
Yeah.
put a little padding on the end of it, so it doesn't.
Zendala via Kaless.
Okay. Where's that one? There. We'll just do the same thing again.
Zendala constantly mutters about needing a long rest.
Mm-hmm.
Constantly. Something cantrips.
24 will hit. Unlike the Hydra, she's been nailing these hits.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Six. We've got a Mr. George.
George. I'm not entirely sure how this works. He's gonna go right after this. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah, he'll start attacking with. Whoa! Look at that!
Boy.
Oh, shit.
Critical. And he is also, as part of the attack, he's going to attempt to trip this beefcake.
All right. Another wrestling move with the giant wrestling guy.
That's right.
Boy.
All right, so the base damage is whatever that is. 12, 18, 22.
22. Jeez.
And then I need to roll a superiority die. I don't know what his superiority dice are. Are they D8s?
I think so.
Let's say they're D8s, because I don't.
Never save DC equals 15. You
Yeah,
add
then
the
he
superiority
has
to
to
the
make
tag. Oh, damage roll. Okay.
Yeah, so that's 22 plus 4. It's 26 damage. And he has to make a 15. It's a dex strength saving throw. Great. He's pretty strong.
It's pretty strong.
Yep. Pretty strong.
George is just locked in with this mono
Yeah.
battle.
How bad is he looking at this point?
Really bad. He's really bad. He's bleeding profusely, sagging. He hasn't even gotten to swing a weapon, and he's looking real bad.
Okay, George is going to just try to finish him off then. As best he can with his other hand. 22.
Will hit.
An additional 9.
Okay.
And what else? No, not really. We could push him or try to trip. He can try to trip him again. Let's try to trip him again. Or I don't know if he can only do one of these.
I don't either. Is there a limit? It just says when you hit a creature with a weapon attack.
So it's 9 plus 1 is 10 damage total, and stay upright.
Another strength save.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
look
he
at
fails
that!
that one.
Crit fail.
Falls to the ground. Of course, it's his turn next.
It is. You can just take right back up.
Yeah. He spits blood out on the floor, slowly stands up, says, I knew you were no good. Try to take the place of Sekalok. Gods, these ones betray us all. Get in here. And as a bonus action, he will regain some hit points.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
They sent the toughest
And-
guy in this fucking dungeon.
How close was he to death?
Yeah.
Extremely. And then he will unsheathe his great sword and start swinging it. We're gonna do an attack on. I don't know if you actually have a spell on him right now. I guess Mannix has the only spells, but can't get to him. Swing a great sword at Theron. What's your AC, Theron?
It's actually 19, and it should have been 19 ever since I got the skeleton.
You're really making great use.
And did you know crits also have no effect against me?
I like how he remembers all the bad parts of it and never the good parts.
Yeah.
All right, he will swing this one at Gillian
ooh,
Hmm.
for 16 damage.
oof.
Yeah.
And then he will swing this one at Kaless. 3 attacks.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Oh.
Man.
Garbage damage, though.
3-1.
Yeah.
Well, that first one was almost max.
Yeah, I had one really good one
17.
and one not so good
Yeah.
damage. Pretty much that's the gamut.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then it is Kaless. He still looks really, really bad.
Celeste will just wipe the blood from her lip and look at him and smile. And just because, Celeste is an ass. She'll just look at him and go, how do you know Ras Nsi didn't want you to die? And then she'll just attack the hell out of him.
Make him doubt himself in his last moments.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, I unfortunately don't have an advantage, though.
I will give you inspiration
So.
for that line, though, because that's fucking a cool thing to say.
We are going to hope for the best. Does a 14 hit him?
No.
All right, then I'm going to go ahead and immediately use that inspiration and try again. That'll hit him, though.
24 will hit. There you go. Your venomous words cut him deep. He momentarily
like,
looks
as a-
worried.
As her blade strikes in, she goes, you failed him once. Oh, shit.
Wow, that's
What is
back.
that?
That is close to
That is-
maximum damage that she could do.
That
Not
is
even
3 points.
That's more than your crit was earlier.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. Because I rolled 2 6s on my sneak attack, and a 3 and a 4, and then I maxed the D8 on my regular.
Well, appropriately enough, Kaless, your words catch him momentarily off guard, and then your blade catches him right in the neck. Blood just
Mhm.
squirts out. However, you feel like he has alerted the guards outside, although Mannix still has his thing in place. So,
And Maddox will immediately go, ah ha ha! What a good joke I play on you, my friends. And as he's doing this, he's motioning to Gillian like,
well, I think
You
you
know
would
what,
have to
I played
cast. You'd have to cast the spell again, right? Because you can't. Do you have to redo what it says?
oh, you're right. The cantrip is not an ongoing thing. It's
Yeah.
just the voice once. Yeah. So the image
Well,
is still up, but
image
Gillian's
is still up.
next. So
yeah.
Gillian is now.
Yeah.
So in other words, I'm going to keep you guys in initiative order and in combat currently because of the situation.
Okay. Gotcha.
So
Okay. Me? Everyone else done?
yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna use my mantle whispers and like inhale his persona like it's a mentor.
She just gets rid of him.
That's creepy.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's to capture its shadow.
Mhm.
I mean, if we're still in like technically, I think it's an action. It's an action to capture it and then an action to use it.
It says
I
that you
think.
actually use your reaction. If I'm reading this correctly, you magically capture its shadow using your reaction.
Oh, I didn't see
Yeah.
that line. Excellent news. Okay, then I will go ahead and use the shadow to transform me into him.
Okay.
So
Right
you
now,
gain access
Captain
to all the
Beefcake.
information that he would freely share. It's enough that you can pass yourself off as the person by drawing on its memories.
You learn that Sekalok's been having an affair in the harem, in Ras Nsi's own harem. And he's been sneaking off at night
Oh goodness.
behind Ras Nsi's back.
Scandalous. Oh my.
Yeah.
If
I
only
like
Gillian's video, like, that's more than I wanted to know.
I like that you guys are in this dire situation. And she's like, "Oh, did you guys know?"
The juicy gossip. The
Mhm.
serpent type.
So then I'll call to the guards
Okay.
and say everything's a-okay down here. 10-4. The child was throwing a little bit of a tantrum, but we calmed him down.
Give me a. Let's see. Is there? Yeah, I guess you just are him, right?
Mhm.
Transform disguise appears in you.
It doesn't actually say anything about the voice, but it says that
That's what I was
like
trying to
you
look
can-
for.
You can pass, like it's enough that you can be disguised. Like people,
Okay.
like people have to make like a check to be able to see through the disguise. So I think that the voice is sort of
Okay.
included.
This guy's gonna insight check contested by your deception check, and you get a +5 bonus to your check. That's weird. They don't usually use modifiers.
Right.
Okay. You do that, and the guard is not have a very good insight score. But he's going to try to listen to what you're saying first. That's pretty bad. Go ahead and give me a deception check then, and you get a +5 to it. All right,
Nice.
that's even without the
21.
+5, yeah. So the guard seems to, I guess, well, Mannix, you can I guess you can see out of the illusion you've made?
I can, yeah. Or
Okay.
I can just drop it now that Cyclops on our side.
No, don't drop it yet, because we got to put his body in one of these cells.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah. Okay, I'll keep it
Yeah.
up for the time being.
Okay. The guard seems to kind of, it's not very intelligent, so hearing Sekalok's voice and all this going, it just kind of stares quizzically for a minute and just kind of shrugs and walks back over to like where the lever is and just kind of waits patiently, or if it needs any other instructions. But all the guards in there seem to be mollified by hearing Sekalok's confirmation, so I'm going to take you guys out of combat, and then before we wrap things up, why don't you all go through the motion of telling me what you're going to do and what your plans are from here.
I'm gonna yell suckers next session.
Great.
We drop the body in one of the holding cells,
Uh-huh.
and we walk straight out of here.
Yeah, we walk out. We've got the passphrase to get out of here. We've got Sekalok just walking us out. Well, we should be golden.
we're gonna free the slaves next time we come here.
In
Yes.
theory.
In theory.
We've kidnapped a small child from its
Yeah.
parents.
Yeah. You're taking this child is ours now.
I have started the poll for those watching live. Please vote on who the MVPC was. Type ! Vote one of our players, and they will earn inspiration next session. All right, sorry, continue. I started this poll earlier.
I think that's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the plan is to try and just get out of here still?
Yeah. We drop Psycholock in a prison cell.
Okay.
And then Psycholock walks us out.
With
We got the
his-
pass.
Oh, I was just going to say with my intimidating pecs.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Always
right.
with the
Exactly.
intimidating picks.
My job, just walk around like a thief.
You finally
He
did it.
flexes them.
Are you feeling like the abs to see how they feel underneath? And
Yeah.
like, you know,
That's all I'm doing the whole time. Is
Just poking and prodding.
He's yeah.
looking under the loincloth.
Well, what a man is what you're seeing there.
So these are
We need to leave
muscles.
Gillian alone for
That's what we do. Okay. You would need somebody to actually open the gate cells that you guys are in. So,
Can't
but
George just muscle them open?
you could, or obviously Gillian as Psycholock could just command them to open the gate. Because otherwise they would assume you would just go back to the portal.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, that was kind of a given at this point. They told us that Psycholock would have to be the one to open the gate so we could get out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
Okay.
just be dump the body, open gate, and then Gillian feels herself up and
Yep. Yep. You guys make it to the entrance, and you can just kind of scooch on by, and with Psycholock kind of leading the way. Everybody else still gives you like a wide berth because obviously all these people are here, but you guys are coming out of the prison pit. And Gillian, how do you even try to like tell people as you're leading this procession from the prison pits? What exactly are you saying? And you are pretty close to the entrance. You just have to pass by basically Fanthaza's chambers, which have her guards outside, and then the front door guards.
Wait, so we're still trying to like Ras Nsi still thinks we're going to kill that lady person, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But the only person who knew that was the person you are.
Yeah. I have a feeling he's like really intimidating enough that you don't even have to say anything. You could just like cock an eyebrow and they'll move back.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I actually think I agree with that. Like, yeah, he seems pretty powerful. So I think that I'm just like leading them through and just glaring at people who look at us.
Okay. You make it out there, and yeah, people seem pretty intimidated by Psycholock. He seems to be pretty high up in the command. You kind of have a bounce in your step because you definitely don't want to have another chat with Fanthaza about anything that went down. So you're trying to get past before the guards can even like go into the room and say something. And then at the front door, you can say the phrase, and the doorman just nods, opens the doors, and you guys can exit the Yuan Ti Temple.
And then we break out into a sprint as soon as the
Yeah.
door closes.
Yeah, and you
All
guys
the
basically have
guards
to.
are going, hey.
Hey, wait a second.
You guys have to like drag Cody because he does not seem like he wants to leave. I mean, you don't know what his situation is or how long he's been there, but he like stands there for a second and looks very upset.
We didn't ask him if he had parents.
No, you guys
Why
practically
would
have
he
to
want
like.
to stay? He loves us.
Exactly.
We're
no.
the good guys, Cody.
We're abducting a child.
Basically.
Hey, we can sell them to the Red Wizards here in a few sessions
Oh,
and make some
no.
Wow. Wow.
That's yeah.
All right. I think actually Gillian won. We had some that didn't quite go through on the poll.
It's the pecs.
Yeah,
right.
people really wanted to see it. Gillian, you get inspiration from your shadow stealingness from this session. Yeah, and then you guys exit the temple, and the first thing Zendala says is she wants to camp down for a long rest before you guys meet up with anybody else
She does.
and report into whoever you need to, wherever you guys are going. And you've got that bridge to cross.
But we can make it out of at least out of the UNT city itself. Like
Yes, yeah, you guys definitely want to make a beeline. It's comical the way you guys like race the hell out of the city. Basically, I'm not going to put you back on the Omu map, but that's where we're going to be for next session. So,
okay.
all right. Before we go, did you guys want a long rest before? Basically, at the end of this.
Yeah. Now or at the beginning of the session. That's fine.
Well, I mean, I won't make it do it to the next session, but just so I know. Okay. All right. That will do it for this week's session of Tomb of Annihilation. Thank you to Chris, Heather, Rochelle, and Reese for playing. Thank you to all our wonderful fans for watching. Go to roguewatson.com for recaps. Patreon.com/roguewatson if you would like to support the channel. We're live streaming our D&D adventures every week. We'll see you all next time.
Bye.
Gotta deal with Zendalan artists and then Red Wizards.
All right, the wizards are still out there.
Yeah, they've got the other cubes.
Yeah. And I'm not 100% certain that Eric hasn't figured out a way for them to mind control Colette. I've intentionally not asked.